Welcome to the Iyun Podcast, an in-depth look at Haredi society, Israel, and the Jewish people. I am your host, Ari Koretzky, and I invite you to join us as we confront the challenges, joys, and possibilities of Torah-centered living in an evolving world. The Iyun Podcast, Think Again. Several years ago, I had the unique and profound privilege of interviewing Mrs. Tzili Schneider. Tzili is the founder and director of Kesher Yehudi, a remarkable organization that brings together thousands and thousands of Haredim and Chilonim, ultra-Orthodox and secular Jews, to exchange and to connect, to become brothers and sisters, one family together. In so doing, slowly repairing the fabric of social society, enhancing mutual respect, impacting the Jewish character of the state, and more. Well, since October 7th, Tzili's mandate has taken on even greater urgency, with so much divisiveness, especially after the first few months following October 7th. And she's really stepped up in many, many ways. In particular, not only by continuing to enhance her special chavrusa programs, but by holding remarkable Shabbaton weekends for hostage families and survivors of the Nova Festival. For me, it was a privilege literally to sit in the same room as Tzili. Tears welled in my eyes as I heard her incredible stories. She is truly one of the great beacons of our people. Tzili is very clearly Israeli, and so please exercise some forbearance with respect to her English, but she pushes through, and the results are truly transformative. And so I bring you my conversation with Kesher Yehudi, founder and director, Tzili Schneider. We are here with Tzili Schneider, the founder and director of Kesher Yehudi, which is a remarkable organization here in Israel that is doing so much to connect people from the Haredi sector with others around Israel, in particular Chilonim. First of all, how are you, Tzili?
Fine, Baruch Hashem, thank you.
Wonderful to have you here. And we've spoken before a couple of years ago on my other podcast, Jews You Should Know, about your life story and the genesis and evolution of Kesher Yehudi. And I want to revisit some of that, but contextualize it specifically in within the topic of the current situation in Israel, the very, very difficult tensions that unfortunately exist between different parts of the community, between the more observant and certainly the Haredi, ultra-Orthodox, we could call it, sector, and those who are coming from a different perspective. So, first of all, just tell us a little bit about what is Kesher Yehudi, when did you start this, what was your goal?
Okay, so first of all, thank you to be here. I'm happy to be here. Kesher Yehudi, it's like the name of Kesher Yehudi says, we try to make connection between Haredim, ultra-Orthodox, and Chilonim. They grew up without Torah or mitzvot, and to make the connection around the Yiddishkeit, around Torah or mitzvot, around the Kodesh Baruch Hu, to make them more connect to Hashem, to understand what does it mean to be Jewish. We don't have to agree about everything and every subject. I think that people that are going to the army and they're going to fight in the front line, they are not agree with me that my son is not going to the army. And I cannot be agree with no one that is not Shomer Shabbat, right? But we have to agree that we are brothers. And we came here to this Eretz Israel because of the same reason. Okay, so the main thing is to make achdus between the Haredim and the not Haredim, the secular people. So achdus is not a slow, we have to do it. And we can do it. It's only depend by the people, by themselves. If they understand it, they can do it. I mean, we see a lot from the war, we see a lot of signs all around wherever you go. You see, ביחד ננצח, באחדות ננצח, כוחנו באחדותנו. But it's nothing if you don't think how to do it. We try to do it so to take the Haredim people, the ultra-Orthodox, the Yeshivisher people, the Bnei Torah even, the mainstream of the Haredi street, to take them to the story, we have to just to explain them how Achdus it's make, and they are coming, Baruch Hashem, and to explain the Chilonim that we are not animals, we are not we are not parasites. We are people, we are Jewish people, and we have the same reason why we are here in Eretz Israel. Everyone knows why Beis HaMikdash נחרב, חורבן Beis HaMikdash, of Sinat Chinam. And everyone knows, it's not a secret, how we can build the third Beis HaMikdash, right? It's not a secret. So we know with Ahavat Israel, we will build it again. So Kesher Yehudi took this agenda to do it, just to bring Mashiach with Achdus, to connect people one by one from very, very Haredi side and the other one from very secular side. We're not working today with the middle community, because if the two extreme sides will be together, will be nice, the middle will be okay. We don't worry about the middle. We worry about the extreme, right, sides. So if everyone from the Haredi side will take one from the secular side and to build with him a strong connection one by one, to be more than friends, to be like brothers, and all the connection will be around Judaism, Yahadut, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Torah, mitzvot, our history, our heritage. So Am Yisrael will look better, different, total. So I speak with the people and I said, listen, if 2,000 years we was together very strong with 3 points. 1 point with our Judaism. We are one nation. Even people from Taiman, Yemen, and Argentina, and Morocco, and Russia, and America, and Belgium, and everything, we filled all the 2,000 years without one language, without the same culture, without the same food or everything, without WhatsApp, without media. So we feel very, very connected, each one to the other one. So we feel that we are Jewish and we have Hashem Echad and we are Banim LaHashem Elokechem. We know it very good, 2,000 years. This is the first one. The second one is to respect Torah or mitzvot, to understand that Torah or mitzvot help us to survive Am Yisrael forever. And the third one is to not to stop to dream about the big dream to come back to Eretz Israel. So all of us has the same perspective about these 3 heavy points wherever we was. Everyone was in another place, in another country, was separate at least for 1885 lands, right? So, and we still keep these 3 big things. And after 2,000 years, when we came here, from the same reason, because we are Jewish, because we have Hashem and Torah mitzvot with us, and we love Eretz Israel, we dream about Eretz Israel, and we came to Eretz Israel, so it's impossible that here in Eretz Israel, after 2,000 years that we was one nation, here in Eretz Israel we will divide to 2 nations. It's ridiculous, it can't be. So this is Kesher Yehudi, to take people one by one from 2 sides and to help them to build private connection, strong brothers, sisters. Even I am not agree with you about your way, how you walk in your life. Even you are not agree with me, we are both agree that we are brothers, and only love and only Achdus, unity, will make us strong.
So what do you actually do in order to foster those connections? I know that you've gone into various programs, and especially with youth, and tried to connect them. around Torah study, around Chavrusa. Tell us a little bit about the main thrust of the programming that you do.
Okay, so we do one thing. We try to connect people, Haredi and Chiloni, the Kesher Ishi, private connection, and to help them to build it to be very strong, very Achim, and very Judaism. But we have few ways how we do it. The first thing is Project Chavruta, the main thing. We have a website that people call us from both sides and they sign. I want Chavrusa from the other side. We have to, like partners in Torah, something like this, but we take it to much more strong connection. We speak about Limud Torah. We speak about to be more close to Hashem together. But the main thing by us is to be friends, like brothers and sisters, like to build a strong connection forever, for a long term. And we have a very professional program in the computer, and we have very professional staff people to answer the phones and to answer the people in the web, and to make the chibur, to make the connection, and to give everyone like a little bit, to help them to understand how strong is for Am Israel. You can make unity in Am Israel. You are one person, but if you take it seriously and you put and you invest in the connection and you put yourself into it, so Am Israel will be different in 20 years. You know, when we will have Be'ezrat Hashem 100,000 chavrusas, it means 200,000 people will be involved. So it will be a big revolution, and Am Israel will change, and no more October 7. And I want just to share with you that we make already around 17,000 chavrusas. It means 34,000 people say, yes, I want to be a part from this Ma'apechat Achdut, from this unity revolution. So this is the main thing, but from this main thing, we create some specific Chavrusas program. So the biggest one, what I think is the biggest Ma'apecha today, the biggest revolution today, is how we work with the Mechinot Kdam Tzvayot, pre-military academy. Misrad HaBitachon, let's say, understood that the soldiers are not enough strong with Zionism, with the idealistics. So they want to help him to be more strong. So they give the elite boys and girls an option to take 1 year before the army, to push the army later, to a year later, and they give them an option to go to 1 year Mechina Kdam Tzvayit. It's called Mechina, pre-military, right? So this year is very, very intensive, and not everyone can go to be a part from it. Only the elite boys and girls, because the government of Israel wants them to be the leaders in the future. And they are not Dati'im. There is Mechinot also for Dati'im Leumiyim. We're not speaking about...
Right, that's a different group.
Yeah. We speak about Mechinot, very secular, very far from Yahudut. And they have 1 year to learn about themselves, about Zionism, about leadership, about our history, and to know more about different communities in Eretz Israel, like even the Haredim. They are one community, they have to know them. And the Bedouin, the Arabs, the Cherkassim, every special of communities they have to know, and about our history and our heritage. And they come for this year. It's a very, very intensive year. They learn a lot from the morning till the night, and they have to know the Haredim sector also. So we came into this point and we said, if you want to know the Haredim, I want to help you in our way, in my way. And we created a program that we taking the Mechinot are around all Eretz Israel. So I think today we have in Eretz Israel 60 secular mechinot.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, and we work now for this year only with 36, but we want to work with all of them. So if there is mechina that they want to sign and they want to join us, we try to find the closest Haredi community near this, and with the Rav of this community, we take this mechina very, very seriously and very deep. And we find in the Haredi community, we find the same number of people like in the mechina, boys to boys, girls to girls, and we share it very nifrad, very separate. One group is boys, Haredim and Chilonim, and one group is girls, Haredim, Chilonim. And we work all the year to build a strong kesher between one by one. So all the year, the ice is בשביל ההמשך, okay? What will be after the year is start, okay? So we have between 8 and 10 big events in the Mechina. Sometimes it's in the Mechina, sometimes it's in the Haredi community. But the Haredi community usually is very close to the Mechina. So we make event once a month. Every event is very, very heavy Jewish subject. And we bring marze, a speaker. He speaks maybe 20 minutes about בחירה חופשית, about מעמד האישה, about how belong Eretz Israel to Am Israel, if Am Israel is גזעני, איך אומרים גזעני? Racist? A lot of nice, מתן תורה, משמיים, לא משמיים, חס ושלום, וכולי. Every event has a topic subject, and the Rav speak about it, and then maybe 20 minutes for answering question. And then the Haredim and the Chilonim has to sit in Chavrusa with materials that we prepare, materials about this subject to understand this heavy, big subject. And they have 75 minutes to learn together by Chavrusa. And in the end of the 75 minutes, when the bell rings, yeah. They don't want to stop. We have to take a knife to share them, to separate them, because they find a friend and they find a new word that they didn't know each about the other. Nothing, zero, nothing. And wow, he is a Jewish like me. He has a Jewish idealism and Jewish culture, and even the Chiloni, oh, he's not a parasite. He wants to give his life for Limud Torah. He don't do it because of nothing. He has a reason why he can. After they finish to learn, we make like a big circle, and everyone has to say, what did he take from this meeting? And it's unbelievable just to hear how we are so close and we thought that we are so far. And we are not. We're really so domim. Similar. We have the same values, the same history, the same reason why we are here, why we came to Eretz Israel after 2,000 years, when Eretz Israel was nothing, right? We came when Eretz Israel was nothing. Why we came? So it's a shock for both sides. So before the first meeting, I said, or someone from the staff, it's not a program for 1 year. If you want to put effort and to invest in this connection, you going to help Am Israel, because you will be brothers and sisters forever. You're going. We give you the help. We help you for the first year, for the first 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, but you have to take care of yourself about your connection. And if it's important for you, and for you, you will know how to do it, and we are here to help you to build it. The biggest event is Shabbat. They are coming to the Haredi community. we find someone where to sleep, and they are going to eat by the Chavrus's houses, right? Usually we take two, and they're going Shabbos night, Friday night, they're going to one of the Chavrus's, and Shabbos morning they're going to the other one together. But the Shabbos make them family. We tried that the Shabbos will be during the Choref, during the winter, because they make them like brothers. And after the Shabbat, they said and they promised to them, both each to the other, we're not going to lose our connection forever. When I will go to the army, please, please, please keep in touch with me. And the other one, the Haredi, said, when you go to the army, please don't forget, I am your brother. I am in touch with you forever. And it was very, very interesting on this year, not this year, last year when the war started, so many phones to the Chavrusses. Please, I'm going to Gaza. Please, I want you will pray for me. You will pray for my friend. I want you will take your limud Torah in yeshiva to my friend. And I want to say something about this. Okay, the end of the year, this is you need a lot of tissue for this party, when you see the party in the end of the year, because they stand up and they said, we make mistake, sorry, we didn't know each other. I got the present of my life was the project of Kesher Yehudi in the Mechina. Because Kesher Yehudi is one project of the Mechina. The Mechina is to study a lot of things. Kesher Yehudi is once a month. But the main thing is, once a month we meet all together. But all the months, the couple has to work with themselves. They invite them, they give them present, like birthday present, like she has a baby, so the Mechina girl coming to the hospital to visit here, and to, like they're family, they are more than friend. And they put a lot of effort by themselves during the months. So we make only once a month event, but the program is not once a month. The program is all the months, because I have to keep in touch with her for all the months. I have to, so in the minute when they stop to learn, let's say about Bchira Chofshit, so we said, listen, it's a heavy subject. We can't finish it in one and a half hour. It's nothing. So you have to take numbers, the telephone numbers, and you have to be in touch and to discuss, because you still with a lot of questions, and both sides has questions. So, because even the Haredim has to ask the Chiloni how you have Bchira Chofshit, if you, the same question.
Sure.
Yeah. So after we finish and you going home and she going home, you still have 1 month to process this subject, because in a month you will have another one.
New subject.
A new subject. So you have to finish with this. So you have all the months, and they do it. They meet a lot each other. I don't know even how much, because they don't have but they do a lot by themselves without the event. So I want to speak about this project, Mechinot program, we call it, that everyone knows that today the biggest conflict is between Haredim and Chilonim is the army. And this conflict has no solution, because both sides are right in 100%. There is no one side that is right and the other is wrong. Both sides right, not on 50%, in 100%. The Chiloni side is very pashut. The Chiloni side, I can't understand why my blood is cheaper than your blood. Why I have to going to fight in the front for you. And why my mother has to worry and to cry, and you sit in your yeshiva, and sometimes you do something, and sometimes you not. So it's very simple. The Haredi side is also very simple. The army today is not available to be a place for Haredi boy. The Haredi boy cannot going to today to the army and to come back home the same Haredi. They can't. So they don't want to lose something from the Yiddishkeit, from Shabbat, from even they're not learning. It's very hard for Haredi boy that he is not learning to go to the army and to keep Torah mitzvot in the same level. It's very, very hard. It's maybe impossible, or almost impossible. A lot of people fell down on this point, right? So the Haredi are also right, because I'm worried about my Yiddishkeit, and I can't do it. Because Torah mitzvot for me, it's even more than Eretz Israel. So if I take a risk on Torah mitzvot, I will go to Brooklyn or to Lakewood, and I will live there. I can't do it here. So the thing is, it's two sides, they are right. And we have to find solution, because it cannot continue like this. So this is the main thing of Kesher Yehudi in the Mechinot program. The solution will come from these meetings. Kesher Yehudi, sitting with the people, it's unbelievable to see. No one fight, no one scream. They just want to listen and to understand and to hug each other and to feel that we are one and we have really problems and we have to find solution. So they will create the solution. If we will let them to sit together and to learn and to build strong connection, the connection not going only between them. Every one of the soldiers has a father, as a mother, as I hope, and they have brothers and sisters and cousins and friends and and every yeshiva bocher that is coming to join us on this project has a mother, has a father, has a v'chulei. So it's not staying. The people, with love, with kavod, with respect, with avana ve'achala, they will create the solution. They will find it. I cannot tell the solution. They can do it. And I'm sure it will come from the people, the solution. So this is why I feel that this is the right junction. We have to put now Kesher Yehudi here, because from here titzmach Yeshua. From here we will bring Mashiach. Because it's to break the conflict to pieces and to try to find realistic solution in this heavy point. So this is about Mechinot Dam Tzvayot.
It's the same model of having
the same model, chavrusas, but very, very specific, with very specific training to the Haredim. We do a lot of training to the Haredim, because every wrong answer, one wrong, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
And they have to know what to say and
sensitivity,
and what to say and what not to
More
say.
Important, yeah.
Yes, very important. And I have to say, I'm so respect the people they משתתפים, the Haredim and the Chiloniim. They both give the heart and they understand how meaningful is this project and how influence can be from this project. And it's a real revolution in Am Yisrael. So the future, I think, is on this project. And from October 7, we try to make our revolution, our Chavrusa revolution. We try to make it more and more with all Am Yisrael, because we saw that, yes, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us a big patch, a big Midas Adin, I don't know how to call it. He shake us. Yeah, he shake us. And Am Yisrael hear that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants them. HaKadosh Baruch Hu shake us because he wants us to be closer to him. And Am Yisrael in all levels understood it. So we open projects special from the war, from the people from the war. So 2 is very big. 1 is for the hostages families, I'm happy to say now, because we are after, that Romy Gonen is home now.
Yes, Romy.
Yeah. So I came, I remember, everyone thought the hostages' families are more close to the left side, and everyone was afraid from them. And I decided to go to listen and to see who are they, and to hug them, just to hug them, and to tell them we are with you. We came to a big tent they make in near the house of Rosh HaMemshala of Bibi Netanyahu in Rehov Aza, Balfour. They make a big tent.
Like a protest.
Something like this from the families. And I came just to hug them and just to say, we love you and we are one nation and we are with you in Imo Anochi Betzara. And I came with my friend and we start to discuss why it's happened. And you ask Bibi, please bring them home now. Are you sure? It was more than 1 year ago.
Right.
It was, I think, it was on the week when finished the first Iska, the first deal.
The first hostage deal.
Yeah, it was right after 1 week before Hanukkah, I think. Or on Hanukkah maybe. I don't remember. But yeah, it was the first, it was 1 week after the first deal finished. And I said, you want them now. You think that Bibi can do it now? So they said, no. So you think maybe Biden? Because Biden can do it? They said maybe not. So who can do it? We want them now. Who can do it? So they put the finger, they said,
up.
Only him. Even not Sinwar. Remember, she said, even not Sinwar.
Wow.
So I said, okay, so let's work with him. Let's ask him to bring. So I said, so they asked me how we can work with, how we can deal with him. How? You are from. Just tell me what we can do. So I have an idea. I said, let's keep one Shabbat kahalacha together. Halochadik Shabbos. I will teach you. I will rent a big hotel, a big malon, and you will keep Shabbat kahalacha and bring a lot of people from the hostages' families. We will keep one Shabbat kahalacha for Hashem. So one lady said the first, yes, I'm coming. The name was Merav Gonen.
Wow.
And she kept all the Shabbat. And I was very surprised, not surprised, to see that her daughter came out first on this deal. So Hashem pay her. She was the first to sign that she coming with us. So she got the first name. No one knows why she has to be the first, but she was the first. So I think I know. I'm not sure, but I think. Okay, so we become very fast after this Shabbaton. I think maybe about 120 people, 120
family
people.
members from the hostage family.
Yeah, it's not mean 120 hostages.
Right, family members. Yeah.
Families, yeah. All the family came, 120 people came and keep Shabbat very, very, very seriously. And we become a group like to work, to deal with the Kodesh Baruch Hu about our kids. So this was the koteret. And we Kesher Yehudi do, we adapt like every hostage family that he wants, קרובי משפחה של החטופים. Every one of them can get chavrusa, and the chavrusa מלווים follow up with them all the tefillot and connect to Hashem and mitzvot, and a lot of people become much more שומר שבת and שומרי טהרת המשפחה and כשרות and הפרשת חלה and first more connect to Hashem. More understand that Hashem is the boss. More understand that this deal, Hashem signed on it. And more understand that even Trump is shaliach from Hashem. And Trump cannot do nothing by himself. Only when Hashem decide. So maybe Hashem gave him the mission, but Hashem has to decide what he wants. And and Trump does it.
But were many of the families angry with Hashem?
No.
So
This was a surprise for me, because we spoke with people, they got not easy story. They understood, they can say, Hashem, I feel that Hashem chose me with pincetta to do this. He wants from me something. I was prefer that he will choose another one.
Right.
But I understand that he chose me for a reason. And I know that he chose my daughter, my son, that is now in Gaza, in the tunnels.
Yeah.
I know that he chose him. And I feel him. And we will do our mission together. I from here, and she from here. And you know, Merav Berger, the mother of Agam Berger, she do a revolution in Am Yisrael. And she has 2 chavruses very, very close to help her and to, you know, to make all the revolution. They're going from place to place to make with, they have nisayon, right? They got big nisayon from Hashem. But it's not, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not a kindergarten teacher that she is angry at, pickpocket, and she make a, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants something. Even a punishment is for a reason. He needs something from me. So to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu choose me, and he wants something from me, this is the biggest thing. And yes, they make with their chavruses a big revolution. And Baruch Hashem, today, to understand that to who we have to thank now, that Hashem start to, so all Am Yisrael will know to say Nishmas, and we know to say Mizmor LeTodah, and we want, and they will say thank you Hashem, and it's unbelievable to be there, and I'm very busy these days with all the stories, strong stories. So Agam Berger is not alone. Every one of them make big steps to Hashem, because if Hashem speak with such a
force,
b'kol gavoa,
yeah, such a loud voice, if Hashem speaks, so they have to hear. We have to hear. If Hashem think that they cannot understand, He will not speak to them. If He speak to them with this voice, it means that Hashem trusts them, and they understood. We find. I remember myself. I thought, "Wow, they are left. They just want to keep to stop Bibi, and they don't. They just want one thing, and they're people. I think all the families that I know, and I know a lot of families from the hostages, maybe more than 50 families. All of them, they are elite, best people in the world. I said to Hashem, I cried to Hashem, Hashem, you can be proud from your kids. No one of them are normal, standard people. No one. Such a big value, such a big quality, such high people. I thank Hashem that He gave me such a big friend, so choshuv a friend. So my husband is a big Rosh Yeshiva, Talmid Chochem, and every time he tell me, I thank you that you bring me to be a friend with these choshuv people. They are leaders. They take all Am Yisrael. In the beginning, even before Kesher Yehudi, they decide that they understood that the problem is Achdus and Sinas Chinam, and they have to fix it. Before even Kesher Yehudi came. This is why I came. Wow, incredible. I know you've done other Shabbatonim, other Shabbosim with different groups. I think also with survivors from Nova, right? Tell us a little bit about how that came.
So I'm laughing because I remember very well how it started with the Nova people. Even my crazy dream didn't go to this extreme point, but I came to a big friend of Kesher Yehudi. It was the first meeting for me with him. The name is Mr. Ralph Rieder from Monsey. And I came and I told him about the מכינות קדם צבאיות and how it's so important. And I told him about the hostages, how we make Shabbaton. And he sat and cried. He cried when I told him what happened on this first Shabbat. People become Shomer Shabbat. People decide not to use the car, not to use the phone. And not to use the phone, it's not easy for them, you know.
It's not easy for me. It's not easy for anyone.
Yeah. But they become one piece with the phone.
Yeah.
So, and I told him, and he asked me, do you have another dream that you can't do because money? I said, yes, I have another crazy dream because I heard from people, from the survivor from the Nova Festival, I heard from few people, they feel that Hashem keep them I spoke with 3 or 4 people and I understood that they understood very, very well that without Hashem they can't survive. A big miracle, you know, it was a big tragedy. We can't call it a miracle.
Right.
But the tragedy was 400 and something
right.
killed.
Still 90% of people survived, Baruch Hashem, right? 90%
something like this.
Yeah.
So all the 90%, I understood from few people, all the 90% got a direct message from Hashem. Direct feel with Hashem. One of them told me, Hashem keep me 18 hours on the tree. He hold me on the tree. And he pushed me to put, before everything happened, to put a dark green jacket on myself. Because he know that I have to be on the tree. And the people on the tree, without my jacket green, they fell down. They killed them. Hashem pushed me to put on myself a green jacket because he want to help me to survive on the tree 18 hours. And another one said, Hashem helped me 14 hours under the van. I put myself, and everyone feel much more than one miracle that it cannot be TV.
TV? Natural.
It cannot be natural. Some big koach power help them to survive. And if someone help them, he has a reason. He wants for me. Like, you know, Donald Trump said when he...
Right, when he was shot. He
said, Hashem...
Message from God.
Hashem did it because he wants for me to do good things.
Yeah, it's a shaliach.
Yeah, he feel that he's shaliach because Hashem keep him. So they feel the same. So I told this guy. So these people, no one is Shomer Shabbat. We can understand.
Sure. The festival was on Shabbat, of course.
The festival is on Shabbat. The festival was without any piece of Yadut.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The festival was to say to Hashem, we don't have any connection with you, with your Torah or mitzvot, even not 1%. Nothing. This was the festival. And those people got what they got and they changed. So I want to take those people and to ask them to keep one Shabbaton together. So right away he told me, you have it. Just do it. I said, but listen, it's few thousand people.
It's expensive.
It's few thousand people. How we can? He said, okay, so make 3 Shabbatonim. Every Shabbaton for a big group. And I will pay. And I will cover. So I didn't know. איך אומרים? מיששתי את עצמי.
Right.
To understand if he's serious, maybe he's joking.
He's joking.
So I said, you know how much is one Shabbaton? It can be $150,000. He said, you have it. Don't worry. 3 Shabbatons you have. Baruch Hashem, we did till today, we make much more than 3 Shabbatonim. We make 5 Shabbatonim. And first of all, I don't know what to say about a person that he can put in 1 minute in my hand, do it because this is the right thing. So why, I asked him, why did you think that this is the right thing? He said, because I understand from you that those people want to connect to Hashem. Those people needs to connect to Hashem, and no one will take care of them. And they need it. And they look for it. They are looking for it. הם מחפשים את הקודש ברוך הוא. הם מחפשים לראות בנס שלהם מה עושים עם זה. מה לעשות עם זה. אני חייב, I have an obligation to הקודש ברוך הוא to change my life. הקודש ברוך הוא help me because he wants me. הקודש ברוך הוא wants me to be in the life. Why? To continue with festivals? No, he wants from me something. So if no one will take care, they will lose it. So we have to take them. So the first Shabbaton, I remember, they came to the Shabbat. So it's like a uniform. All the body with tattoo, no dress, and the rest with piercing. Piercing.
Yeah, piercings.
Yeah. So they came, and with those people we're going to keep Shabbat. Few minutes before Shabbat, maybe 20 minutes before Shabbat, they left the hall and they ran to dress like Jewish people, like, more or less, but they bring with themselves bgadim leShabbat, bigdei Shabbat. And they came and, when is the Lichtzinen, when we have to do the lights? And it was unbelievable. I will send you a movie from this Shabbaton to see what's going on this Shabbat. And I saw people. I'm going to cry I saw people fight with themselves not to put a cigarette. There is, in this group, in the first group, was people, they are smoking 24/7 and not cigarettes, right? People 24/7 with this smoking. And to decide, I am going not to smoke on this Shabbat, how big is the Mesiras Nefesh from them? And I see people climb on the wall. Tzili, when is finished? When is the time? Tzili, just help me. I can't hold myself. It was for me a big shake, I'm telling you. And I thought to myself, and I told them, I never had in my life nisayon of Chilul Shabbat. Never. This is it. This is my father told me. This is my husband explained my kids. And this is how we make chinuch. And I love it. And I remember, even when I not love it, even I have nisayon, let's say, I remember myself that it was very, very hot in Yerushalayim, in my house. And the air conditioner, the timer was wrong. So all the day it was off, and a few hours in the. So Shabbat start, and no air conditioner, and during the day it was impossible. It was impossible to hold and no one has even nisayon.
Right.
No one even thinks.
There's no thought to change the air conditioner. Even had to go to call a goy. It was not shayach bichlal. No one think about it. So I understood what does it mean to be moser nefesh amiti on Shabbat. I never moser nefesh. I was never moser nefesh on Shabbat. I love Shabbat, and that's it. And I moser nefesh to learn, but I try, but not moser nefesh. Yeah. And I saw those people, and I understand that Am Yisrael needs Kesher Yehudi stronger. Everyone wants Hashem. Everyone after the war wants to keep Torah mitzvot and to be, not to keep Torah mitzvot, to be closer to Hashem.
Everyone gathered. Even now with the deal, everyone say, I speak with the extreme people. Everyone say, this is not from people. This what we saw last Sunday. It's not from people. You see that something above us doing it. It's not from people. So those people from the Nova, we try to give everyone chavrosa. And I asked the Haredim to come from Givat Shaul, because it was close to the hotel, to come from Givat Shaul to give them 1 hour the taste of Limud Torah b'chavrosa. And to see in the Shabbatonim with the Nova, the Besmedresh boiling, one with the piercing and the pony, and one Avrech Hasidi from Gur, from Belz, or from Hebron Yeshiva, sitting together and learning together with such a big ishmak, with such a sweet voice. They're sitting together and learning Torah. It's nothing to say about it, but there are no words. So today, Baruch Hashem, we have a group. We want to make it bigger, but we have a big group with the Nova, 350 people involved on this tahalich.
This journey.
Journey to start to learn about, to keep Torah mitzvot, not only philosophy, but it starts with one thing, with strong Ahavat Israel. When I saw in my eyes how Ahavat Israel in Mr. Reader's eyes, when I spoke about the Nova, so I understand the key to help them is Ahavat Israel, without conditions. Not if you can't keep Shabbat, if you're not even mitkadem, advance in Torah mitzvot, right? It doesn't make a difference. I love you. I am your brother. I am your chavrose forever, and I will not leave you. And I will invite you to my house, this Hanukkah. It was amazing. I got pictures from people. They invite the friends to Adlakat Nerot Hanukkah. It's very easy to invite for Adlakat Nerot Hanukkah because it's not Shabbat.
It's a weekday.
No, to come to Haredi house for Shabbat. They make a lot of invitation for Shabbat. A lot of people went. But in Hanukkah, everyone can.
Yeah.
No one, it was too hard just to go to Mesibat Livvot. And I see the Nova people in the Haredi house. I see them with the kids. So I think it's Yemot HaMashiach, Vegar Ze'ev im Keves. It's unbelievable. No fight. No, why you're not going to the army? Why you just make your chair warm with sitting and nothing to do? And why you're not keeping Shabbat? And Shabbat is just friend, just love, just warm, just hug. And it's באמת Yemot HaMashiach. So I will tell you just one story from that it's now in my mind from the Nova people. Erev Shabbat, after the meal, we sit together, Haredim, the Nova people, and we speak about we call it Oinek Shabbos. We bring alcohol, we bring, food, something, and very, very nice. It can going to very in the middle of night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, people still sitting. And so one of the people want to tell us here's his story. The name is Ori. So Ori said he was from the music people. He works with, and there was 3 friends. They start to see rockets and sirens, and they put all the music in the car, and they start to run out. And in the middle of to run, someone, Mishu yara alehem.
Shooting at them, yeah.
Yeah, and the first friend, he was the driver. He died, and he was near him, and the other one was in
The back.
In the back. And he and Asaf survived, but the driver killed. So the
car was like going out of control.
The car was, and they fell out from the car, both of them. The doors was open, and they fell out to the te'ala, near the kvish.
Right, on the shoulder of the road or like on the side of the road?
Yeah, for the water, for the winter water, for the rain water.
Okay.
There is near the...
Yeah, like the drain, yeah.
Yeah, the te'ala is very, very not high.
Shallow,
it's about 40 centimeters.
Okay.
All the te'ala. And they fell down, and they lie down in this te'ala. They couldn't even breathe because all the kvish was with the mechablim.
Right.
This was the junction. On
232, yeah.
And they couldn't even breathe because they was afraid if they will see breathe. Yeah, everyone thought that they are dead or even didn't see them because they was in the te'ala. So he sit in the te'ala and the friend in the car die. And they saw him die. So they sit in the te'ala, and his friend got also...
shot in the arm.
And he start to bleed. He start to bleed, and a lot of blood. So he understood that he's going to miss him also. So these people, Ori, decide, and he called Asaf, you hear me? He said, yes, now yes. He told him, I want to ask you a question. Please say with me, Shema Israel, because you're not going to survive. So Asaf said, I don't want. Asaf said, listen, I can't die differently from the way I live. I grew up in the kibbutz. I never heard the word Shema Israel. And I feel that I can't lie with myself. I can't. So I know that I'm going to die. And Asaf and Ori start to say, Shema Israel, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, again and again and again and again. And Asaf said, leave me alone, let me to die, and don't disturb me. Don't. Okay, so 6 hours they sat in the te'ala, and he tried to make him like Chassam Orakim, but he's still...
Right, like a tourniquet, a bandage.
He still bleed. And after 6 hours, it was very, very big sun.
Very hot, yeah.
Very hot, and they sit, and the חבר המת גם כן לידם, and פתאום הגיע טנדר של חיילים.
Oh, the חיילים arrived.
Yeah. Our soldiers. And he asked him again, please, Asaf, say Shema Israel. All the time he asked him, please say Hashem, for me. Because Ori knows Shema Israel. Ori learned in a little bit from school. So till 8 years old, he was... So the Chayalim came. And he thought that Asaf doesn't answer. He thought Asaf also died. Yes. And the Chayalim came. And when he sat in the te'ala, he said, Hashem, if you keep me, if you keep my life, if I can come back to my son, he has a son. If I will come back to my son, I will keep for you 3 Shabbatonim. 3 Shabbat, and I will do tefillin. Hashem, he understood that it's from Hashem. And he said, Hashem, I promise you, I will keep for you 3 Shabbatot. So this guy, Chayalim, came, and he picked up the head from the te'ala, and he said, so the Chayalim put the guns.
They thought maybe it's a terrorist. They don't know.
It looked very...
Right, they don't know.
And the place was from terrorist place. So he came out, and they said, the soldier said Aleph Bet. He wants to see if he's said Aleph Bet. So he started to say Aleph Bet, Aleph Bet, Aleph Bet, Aleph Bet. So they were sure that he is Arab, he's terrorist. So they put the gun, and he saw the laser here.
Wow.
He saw the laser here. They put the gun, and he said, I don't know how it's come from, but when he put I think that I am going to die. So I said, if Asaf didn't, I want to say Shema Yisrael. He said, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. And they put the guns down and they help him. And he see that Asaf is still didn't die. Almost, but didn't. And they took them right away to the hospital, and they was in very bad situation for 3 weeks. But Asaf is still in the life. Okay? So he start immediately to start tefillin, because he promised Hashem, Ori, promised Hashem to keep tefillin. He start immediately, he asked someone, and someone gave him tefillin, and he make tefillin. And he said, how can I make Shabbat? I don't know what is it. I don't know how to do it. I'm smoking 24/7. So how can I start? And then he see in the WhatsApp group
Shabbaton.
That we make Shabbaton. So he came, and I said, and he said the story. So I said, where is Asaf? He said, no, I told you that Asaf is not in the story. Asaf said he's not in the parsha. So I can't bring Asaf, I'm sorry. Okay. So this was the story, and everyone then, now this is the first Shabbat, and I promise Hashem, I know that Hashem will help me to have another 2 Shabbatonim, because he promised 3 Shabbatot. So the next Shabbaton, I see Ori wants to come. I said, Ori, listen, you promised to Hashem. I need now to...
New people, yeah.
New people. Yeah. I can't work with you again and again. So he said, but I have a secret for you. I bring Asaf with me. So Asaf came to the other Shabbaton. And then Asaf told the story, Shabbos night, Friday night, Asaf told the story from his perspective. And it was the same story. So Asaf said, for me, I didn't promise Hashem. But this Shabbaton, I love it so much that I'm going to keep Shabbat all my life. I can't leave it. Asaf is not so addicted to
cigarettes,
drugs,
drugs. Yeah,
yeah. He's not. So it's easier for him. And Asaf came and he said that. So Ori said, "Wow, I will keep only 3, and you will keep more than me." So Baruch Hashem, today both of them has chavruses, and they said they have a new life. And they said the same thing what I told before. If Hashem helped me with this ness, Hashem wants me to live for something. So I want to do what Hashem wants for me. So now they help each other to keep Shabbat, and Baruch Hashem, they become both of them Shomrei Shabbat. And I can tell you, maybe I don't know. I don't want to say that more than 100 people, but I think that more than 100 people decide to be Shomer Shabbat, and I think I know that more than 360 decide to go into the Ta'alich, to start Ta'alich, to be closer to Hashem and Shomer Mitzvot.
Unbelievable.
So I just call Am Yisrael, whoever listen. I think that our generation, Am Yisrael, needs every one of us to understand the revolution. We can do a big revolution. Only with Achdus we can make people closer to Hashem. There is no way to make a person to be closer to Hashem without love and Achdus. זאת אומרת, גם ויחן שם ישראל כנגד ההר is the only time that Am Yisrael was together. Why only one time? Because they're going to get Torah and Mitzvot, right? On Har Sinai. It's impossible to give Am Yisrael Torah and Mitzvot if they are not one. So if you want to make a kiruv to a person, to give him Torah and Mitzvot, the only way is with Achdus, with love. So we have to make the Achdus, and they will take from Torah and Mitzvot whatever they want. My organization is not to make them to keep Torah and Mitzvot. My organization is to make the unity, the Achdus, and with the Achdus, they will decide by themselves to be closer to Hashem and to be Shomer Torah and Mitzvot.
Tzili Schneider from Kesher Yehudi is a remarkable organization and a remarkable story. Thank you so much for sharing.